Yeah, I love, The Exorcist III. That is my favorite one.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
Heretic.
the "We Are Legion," "We Are every" like, that.
That has this perhaps the scariest shot of all time when he walks out of the room and the person with the sheet comes out after him
Yeah,
in the
and
hospital.
there's
Big
not a
jumps.
lot to that, but it's scary, and it's that is, like and then it cuts to the statue right after,
Right.
I think I remember it.
You know,
That is ingrained in my head, like, and
that
there's nice fancy not there's, like there's no sound in that jump cut
none
that doesn't really belong, right? Nothing. Yeah,
happens. It's just,
and
you just don't expect it.
yeah, it's like, ugh, like the,
You look at the, I'm a
yeah,
huge horror movie fan. Huge, huge.
yeah.
And if you look at that scene, the really interesting thing is he comes out of that hospital room and he closes the door. And then the person who comes out with the sheet never reopens the door. They walk right through it. So it's kind of interesting that the door never reopens. They just come through.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, that adds another weirdness to it. The first because I've had this conversation before, and the first person I've had this conversation with was my grade 6 teacher. He's, like, doing, like, the overhead thing in the notes, and, like, this is a guy that we get to, like if we, like, get him on the right topic, he's just gonna ramble and, like, we'll get out of math or whatever. And, like, he was explaining because we were talking about some crappy horror movie that came out or whatever, and he's like, "No, nothing's, like, as good as, like, these movies," and, like, he was explaining, like, how it is the quintessential jump scare because it adds terror, and this is the first time everyone, told me the difference between terror and being, like, scared or horror is that terror is you know it's coming and you can't do anything about it. So when the nurse is like getting all her stuff in order and it really hangs on that shot,
Mm.
you're sitting there like
You know something's coming.
something.
But when?
Yeah.
When's it gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's funny because, George C. Scott, who stars in that, is in another film that does the same thing. He's in a film called The Changeling. Have you seen that with Melvin Douglas? That
No, I haven't.
has a famous scene with a ball that he's in a haunted house sort of, and there's a ball that, like, keeps rolling into the room that out of nowhere, and he takes it and drives away, like, miles and miles and miles and throws it off a bridge into a river just to get rid of it, and then he goes home and closes the door, and as soon as he closes the door, it bounces down the stairs
Comes back.
up to his feet.
Oh, the Changeling, that's
The
what it's called?
Changeling, yeah.
The Changeling. Okay.
But
That and also reminds me of In the Mouth of Madness.
yes,
Yeah,
Clive Barker.
Sam Neill stars
No,
it.
it's Stephen King, right? Mouth of Madness, or is it Clive Barker? I know the movie.
Uh,
The author.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that it has a lot of themes of like
I think it's Stephen
uh
King. He's
like
everything he's writing is coming true. That
it's about an author, so it has to be about Stephen King, but it's like it reminded me a lot of like Lovecraftian
yeah, very much so.
horror too, like that. Yeah, and that's like when they're trying to escape the town and they just keep getting in
Yeah.
circles and the paper boy just keeps getting older. I think like it's just weird and uncomfortable and
Do you watch this
I don't know why
do you watch the series From on television?
from no, I
Uh,
haven't.
the similar thing. They're all stuck in a town. There's no way out. You can't no matter where you drive, you end up back in the town.
I think what I find scary, it's not the blood or the gore. I could watch that for days. I could eat a sandwich while watching that. It doesn't really bother me. The paranormal really scares me, and I try to break that down why that is. And I think it comes down to, let's see if you agree with me on this, like the feeling of not being in control.
Definitely.
Like you're just hopeless. Like it's like this thing is way bigger than you.
No, I totally my favorite film of all time, not just a horror film, my favorite film of all time is Rosemary's Baby, uh, which does that so beautifully that, from moment one, you know what's going on, but you can't stop it. And everyone seems to be in on it except the hero. Everyone else is in on it.
Oh man, I could keep you for days with this. It's funny because my fiance hates horror movies. Like she just can't stand them. I know.
I
It's
love the psychological horror though, like we were saying, something like The
mhm.
Heretic or Rosemary's Baby or yeah, more than slashy.